Здравствуйте, here, the power of Kazakhstan. Today I bring you some Russian power, episode 17. Today's gun is AS-VAL, and AS-VAL stands for Автомат специальный VAL, and it really translates special assault rifle shaft, and VAL is shaft. And it was developed in 1980s by a gun designing institute or university, maybe you can say. Uh, the years of usage is from 1987 till right now, primarily used by post-USSR countries and Russia. Uh, the weight of this gun is 2.5 kilograms without a magazine and any optics. 3.57 kilograms with the loaded magazine and ACOG, or as it's known, PSO1. The length of this gun is 875 millimeters with the stock extended and 650 millimeters with stock folded. The length of the barrel is 200 millimeters without a silencer, and the silencer is the part of the gun. I'll talk about it later in the video. The cartridge the gun shoots is 9 by 39 millimeters, and it is not the pistol round. It's actually a bigger round, which has a really high armor piercing ability. Can penetrate 6 millimeters of steel, which is really good in my opinion. That's why usually the armor is. Rate of fire of this gun is 800 to 900 rounds per minute when shot full auto, 30 rounds per minute when shot semi-automatic, 90 rounds per minute when shot in bursts, and that's the firing selection modes. The muzzle velocity is 280 to 295 meters per second. The range of this gun is 420 meters without any optics, and 400 with ACOG sight installed, or PSO1 as it's known. The magazine or the fit system it uses is 20 round magazine, or you can use 10 round magazine of VSS, and that's the gun AS-VAL was actually originated from, and that the gun is going to be reviewed in another video. Spoiler alert. One thing I actually kind of found cool about this gun is that it has silencer already part of the gun, and that is really important for the special operation forces, because they gotta have the smallest gun possible. They have to kind of travel in light, and the smaller the gun is, the better. And if it's deadly too, the much better. It's like bread and butter. And this gun is for true silent ninja. I mean, even the charging handle is really quiet when you pull it, and whenever you shoot, the silencer just absorbs any sound coming up from the gun, and it is the part of the gun, so there's no extra length added to your weapon, which is another important thing. Because, for example, if you AK-47 has a pretty big silencer comparing to like MP5 because of the cartridge it shoots, of course. The bigger the cartridge, the more sound it makes. It's pretty obvious, and that's why if you try giving AK-47 to special operation forces, means you trying to give them a death sentence, because AK-47 is gonna be seen first. The top part of it's gonna seen first, and you're just gonna get killed by an enemy really quickly because he will be notified by the top. And if the special operation guy can like make the gun as close to him as possible, even like as the length of his arm, he's gonna have a great time, especially the close quarter combat. That's when it matters. That's why the close quarter combats usually uses submachine guns. This gun is small. This gun is pretty much similar to AK-74U as the way it acts. The recoil is pretty much the same, and the cartridge is kind of the same, but it's a bit bigger than the AK-74U round. So it is the great change for the special operation, because the special operations have been using AK-74U, which is the shorter version of AK, kind of like a submachine version, but it's a carbine. And this gun actually replaced it. This gun is really deadly accurate because it was originally designed from the sniper rifle VSS Vintorias, and in the army it's known as the sniper assault rifle. That's how it's known, because it has ridiculous accuracy even with the scope. And in Battlefield 3 it is also too. Now let's talk about the cartridge it shoots. It shoots 9 by 32 millimeters, which is the same size as the AK round, which is 7.62 by 39 millimeter. But it has the subsonic abilities for the suppressed rifles that are needed for the sniper rifles. And since AS-VAL was originally designed from VSS, they had to take the cartridge in order to keep the AS-VAL silenced with making still an assault rifle. That's why this gun is really deadly. Now you're probably wondering what's the difference between AS-VAL and VSS Vintores, because they look similar and perform kinda similarly. The reason is Vintores is a sniper rifle, and the sniper rifle is purely designed to be a longer range rifle, while AS-VAL is designed to be a shorter range rifle. It's designed to be between 200-300 meters, which is always good. And VSS doesn't have an automatic fire option, which is another difference between AS-VAL and VSS Vintores. And also VSS Vintores doesn't have a foldable stock, but pretty much the guns are the same. Now the silencer is actually not part of the AS-VAL. It's actually acts as a barrel and a silencer as well. So two things mixed together, you get a win. And it also acts as a flash suppressor, which is always good if you going like on a mission or on night, because if enemy sees your flash, they are most likely to shoot in that direction, because the flash can give you away and cost you a life. And yeah, and without actually the silencer, which also can be taken off if you want to clean your AS-VAL, it just looks pretty small, like from the magazine a bit longer, about 200 millimeters, maybe less. That's how the gun will look. And so the silencer actually adds and acts as a barrel and adds the length for it. But I think it's a good price to pay, even though you can't have any under barrel attachments. But this is okay, because under barrel attachments is not everything, especially in the special operation forces. Now let's talk about the game aspects of the AS-VAL. So the damage it does is from 22, the highest damage, to 16.7. The ammunition capacity is 20 plus 1, and they cannot be changed with any of the attachments, because there's no extended mag attachment. Unlocked at the colonel, so it's the last unlock you're gonna have out of all the rank progressions. Rate of fire is 900 rounds per minute. Muzzle velocity is 300 meters per second. Range is 450 meters. Fire mode you can have is automatic and semi-automatic. Kit it can be used is all kits. Now the kit, I like to use this PDV with our personal defense weapon, which is actually it's not a personal defense weapon, but it is classified in Battlefield 3 as personal defense weapon. Is the recon class. The reason for that is because all other kits has the automatic rifles. And another thing I love the recon for is you can spawn behind enemy lines if you know where to put that spawn beacon. And I abused the hell out of spawn beacon in my playtime in Battlefield 3. If you know where to place it, your whole squad of 4 can spawn on you if they're smart enough, or if you're playing in a party. That's really crucial in my opinion. And yeah, so Another thing I like to use in AS-VAL is any optics. Preferably I'll use the red dot for better precision, and the iron sights for me are never good in Battlefield 3. I always mess up in them. And I also use the flashlight since it allows us so, and blinds your enemy with the white on their face. But the laser sight will also be good for AS-VAL, and that's the only attachments you can use. You can only use optics and the flashlight, since AS-VAL's silencer doesn't allow you to have anything under barreled attachment onto your gun. You can have a foregrip or a noob tube. That's why it is not really have a third attachment on its list, which also makes it unique in Battlefield 3. But it compensates itself by having a already inserted silencer. So once you start using it, you already have a silencer, so you don't need to worry about unlocking the silencer and appearing on enemies' radar, which I think is kind of good idea, and that's why I love AS. Now another quick tip with AS-VAL is to never spray. You only have 21 bullets, so make them count. If you will spray, you pretty much guarantee that you just gonna die, because if you run into 3 people, you less likely to kill them with AS-VAL, so you gotta be pretty county, or you pretty much have to keep in mind your ammo. And whenever on the long range, you kind of have to bruise fire, because it has a pretty good recoil, and with low ammo capacity, it's yeah. And every time you only have 20 bullets, I would recommend just reload to have another one, because one won't hurt you. And yeah, overall, AS-VAL is a really great gun. I like the part that the silencer is the part of the barrel, accurate as a sniper rifle, and it acts as an AK-47. Great for the Spec Ops users. Use it in Battlefield 3. Use it as a recon. Abuse the spawn beacon, because if you gonna play the aggressive recon, your team's gonna love you, because you're just gonna provide them with a great spawns, especially when you're attacking. Because sometimes on the maps such as Caspian Border, attacking is just ridiculous, because the bases are too far away. But anyways, the Com3 Zorna. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my website and subscribe, of course. Draft 2 starting off. Final score is 33 and